honor of the IB students all around the world, we took a break yesterday as the IB results came out. Today, we're exploring our gravest injuries and my near-death experience. So, just also a quick disclaimer before we get into the topic. We've reversed the roles, so the boys might be a bit more tired today.
Oh yeah, since now
Yeah,
we're in
just
national
a tad.
group, it's morning time for us, so excuse
This
This is
the
my
bass.
first time
Recording in the
an
morning.
episode in the morning.
So excuse the
Yes.
bass in our voice.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I've been recording in the mornings, they've been recording at night, and they're just being little babies about the situation. But
Oh my gosh, stop.
but I'm also very wiped out because yesterday, I had a allergic reaction to a wasp bite, sting, whatever, and it was scary. I didn't know I was allergic to anything. I always thought I wasn't allergic to anything. Like,
that makes it so much worse.
It makes it 10 times worse. And so, are you guys allergic to anything?
Not
I'm
that I
aware
know
of.
of. Yeah.
Well, if anyone listening out there is allergic to wasp bites, just shoot a comment down below so I can relate to someone. But yeah, so I always thought I wasn't allergic. And so we have stairs coming up to our house, and my sister and my mom were moving up a cupboard, and I was inside the house, and then I hear a scream from outside. And first, my sister got stung.
Oh.
So she got stung on her left shoulder, and so it was, luckily for her, it was localized, but she had gotten stung a few times before by different things, I guess, and it was localized, and all it was is just swelling in that area. And then my cousin came, and we had to do some stuff, and then I went outside to get something, and then I got stung.
Oh god.
And I thought my sister was being a big baby about the situation because it didn't hurt like as much as it hurt her for me. And then about 2 minutes after I got stung, like I started to feel itchy, like everywhere. Like first it started with my scalp, and then it started with my forehead, and then it just started going down, and literally like it was like mosquito bites, but 10 times worse all over your body.
Like your whole...
And I was like, this is weird. And then I started to tear up. I didn't even know I was tearing up, but it was so itchy that I started to tear up. And everyone was like, what is going on? Da, 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 da. So we called my sister, my other sister, who's a doctor, and she's like, yeah, go to the hospital, you're having an allergic reaction. So I get ice
Perks of having a doctor in the family.
Actually, oh my god.
It's so useful. I don't know why she hasn't started charging us for her consultation.
You already know that your mom's not going to listen. That's how it is with brown moms.
Oh my god.
They will not listen.
She, like, my other sister and my cousin were like, okay, you have to go to the hospital. And my mom was like, it's okay. And she was like opening up mail. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, come on. Like in the corner. But so we get into the car, and when I sit down, I turn to face my sister, and like it felt a bit tight around my face.
Oh.
But once my sister like had an initial shock, she's like, oh my god, her face is like swelling. So my face was huge. It was like swelling. They were also
yeah.
The pictures are hilarious because like it looks like my face was enlarged, but then more like prevalent were like the little like dots all over. It looked like I was sweating, but it wasn't sweat, and it was horrible. And then we get to the emergency room. By the way, the American healthcare system is horrible. Like trash. Trash. I was there. Luckily, like it was making its way down. So if I had gone to the emergency room like 2 minutes later, my neck would have swollen. I wouldn't have been able to breathe. Jeez. So like they were like, luckily you came, because you like they're like you could have died, like legit. Because when I got to the emergency room, it had just finished. The swelling had just finished all over my face. So they gave me something. Well, like I had to wait, and then I was in the waiting room. I couldn't even see a doctor for like 3 minutes. And so while I was waiting there, my like abdominal, like my lower abdomen started to hurt, like where my intestines are. And I was like, what is like? And then that was the end of it for me. Like, like me in emergency situations like this, I'm pretty chill. Like, well, even though I was like itchy everywhere and like my face was bloated, I was still cracking jokes. Still my myself, like, like the abdominal pain just killed me, and then I started to vomit in the waiting room, and they finally brought me in to get triaged, and then we were there for a few hours.
Triage.
Triage, yeah. And then we were there for a few hours. I vomited a few more times. Now I'm on steroids, like trying to get this up. But like, it was horrible. And what they said is the abdominal pain was because everything, like first the swelling and the bumps start outside, and then everything on your inside, all your organs start to swell. So it was basically my intestine swelling. So like, yeah. So it was weird because I was just like, bleh. So I got an IV, I got a few shots, but it was another weird thing is like I was on the phone with my sister obviously, and she was like, in every other country, the healthcare system would have given you an adrenaline shot right there and then.
Yeah.
It was a weird thing, and when we asked them like, why didn't you give us an adrenaline shot? She's like, oh, because we were worried about the heart. But my sister was like, no, like we're lucky this time. But, normally they give an adrenaline shot so you don't like close up.
It kind of calms the swelling down, right?
Yeah.
So it works like epinephrine, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm simultaneously concerned, very interested, and also like, just wow.
Now I'm an EpiPen kid. I have to bring
EpiPen. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm an EpiPen kid now.
You're an EpiPen
which I think
kid.
is kind of cool. I'm not even gonna lie. I think
it's like
cool kid.
It's like when you're younger, you're like, oh, someday I kind of want to break my leg just to see how it feels walking around with crutches. It's the same situation.
Yeah, so that was crazy, and they were basically just telling me like, you know, it's good that you came in, you could die, all this.
Is there a wasp net near your house or something?
Oh my god, this is a whole nother story. But so
part 2.
So because I'm 1 week from being an adult, I'm 17. In a week, I'm gonna be 18. So that because I'm still a minor, I was lucky enough for them to allow me to bring someone in with me. Because of COVID, they're not letting people come in with other people. Luckily, because I'm a minor, I'm allowed. So my mom stayed with me in the hospital, and then like for the next like 3 hours, my cousin and my sister, like they bought like 20 cans of wasp repellent, and we're like literally like, I'm not kidding you, it's World War III over here. We're swatting the wasps, and so
Ceylani's versus the wasps. Who's gonna win? Place your bets here.
Oh my god. Who cares about Batman versus Superman? Iron Man versus Captain America. No. Ceylani's versus the wasps. But yeah, so you know, they used the house as the bunker. Like, it was crazy. And,
oh my god.
Yeah, and so they killed a bunch of them. But we think you have to see the layout of my house. But we think that there's a wasp nest nearby, and they're coming. But it was weird because, like, these wasps, it's not like they're just
back here.
Yeah. These wasps, it's not like they're just stinging us. Like, they're attacking us. Like
targeted.
They literally targeted me and my sister. It was, I don't know how to describe it to you. It's just.
They said, "Go for the youngest."
This is like flying around. They're like, "Yeah, that one. Go."
And if we ever have to go downstairs, we're like, "Okay, I'll cover you." And we
oh my god.
Spray.
Oh my gosh, I'll cover you.
Literally, and we like my sister sprayed our neighbors accidentally. It was like crazy. Oh my god, we're ruthless to these wasps. We bought like a candle to light out to ward off all the wasps. But I think we're gonna have to get an exterminator.
They're probably back there planning their next attack too.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you started a war, you cannot win.
Can you imagine if instead of the US, Nava had moved to Australia, all these stories would have been like a part 2 near-death experience.
I know.
Part 3 near-death experience.
But this is the weirdest thing. I'm from Australia.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I've been
among other places.
Yeah.
Among other places.
Like 5 other places.
But like, it's weird because I have been stung by something. I don't know what stung me once because I got stung in the dark. That's a whole other story for another time. But actually, I'll tell it. It's really simple. We were on a boat watching fireflies, and it was nighttime, and then I got stung by something random, but it was localized, and so like it just stayed here. I think Tanmay, you must have seen it. But like, and I didn't get an allergic reaction, but this time I did. So I don't know, but apparently like every time you get stung, it gets worse.
Oh,
your
that makes
reaction
sense.
to it.
yeah.
Yeah. So if I get
Yeah.
stung again,
That's
Bye bye.
I'm dead.
Nice knowing you.
yeah.
So what are your
That's
guys'
mad.
near-death experiences or injuries?
Wait. So I've been watching The Good Doctor, right? I'm on like season 3. I've
Okay, yeah.
kind of binged it. It's a freaking amazing show. 10 out of
Yeah.
10 recommend. The actor's so good. Anyway, so like when you said
He's
triage,
in
I
a
was like,
lot
wait,
too. He's really
I
good.
know
Sorry.
he was the kid in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's been-
But yeah, when he said triage and stuff, I was like, yo, I know what he's talking about. Look at me, the one kid that never did bio and was like, I hate bio. Look at me, yes.
Dude, but the American healthcare system, I can't tell you how bad it is. Like
It's
I didn't even see a doctor. Like I saw a doctor at the end and he just checked up on me. The entire time was nurse practitioners and nurses, which are like it's great, but like it's weird. Like they didn't even look at my sting. Like they didn't even look at it. They just treated me for the allergic reaction. So like it was weird. And then the
Yeah.
doctor came and he was just like, "Oh, you're feeling better? Great. Bye."
No anaphylactic shock? Nice.
Yeah, like I don't think it was. I don't think it was. I think they classify at least here anaphylactic shock when you get like when your breath
when your throat like
throat
closes.
closes up.
Yeah.
So I didn't get there yet.
But
Thank God.
you obviously really
Hence near
I
death.
would have 2 minutes
Yeah.
later. I would have.
Jeez.
It's
Yeah.
really interesting how it like started from your face and went down. Where did you
Yeah.
get stung in?
It started on my scalp is where it started itching, and then my bloating started from like my eyes.
Where'd you get
It's
stung?
like an egg being cracked over your
I
head.
got, me and my sister got stung in the exact same place in
Oh,
our
so
left
left shoulder. Oh, okay, jeez.
I think the wasps have decided that is the most vulnerable
Yeah,
spot
yeah,
in
yeah.
all aiming
left
for it.
shoulder.
Just imagine like they have like a human cutout, like a guy with like the stick
Yeah.
right here.
Dude, my left
Wants to
arm's
be like-
been through a lot.
Yeah.
It got stung. Then they also put the needle in. They put the injection here. They also put the IV here. My left
Are
arm.
wasps like bees in the sense like once they sting someone they die?
No. No.
Oh, that's even worse.
But they see that's the difference, right? Bees don't target people
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
know you die. Wasps, they target you. They're very target.
Die.
Yeah.
I think it was a murder hornet.
Oh.
I think it was a
Oh.
hornet.
Fab.
Not a wasp.
There's
I
no way
don't
you're
know.
dead right now.
So you
I
go.
think it's probably might be a hornet, but I don't think it was a murder hornet.
I don't
So
even know what a
that
murder
shit
hornet. I think it
hurts.
was a hornet, not a wasp.
So you go like
But I don't know.
episode 3 of 2020, the murder hornet.
March of 2020
Yeah,
came
yeah.
out on June.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
you guys said you guys had not near death injuries, right?
Just grave injuries.
I had like it was just a scary experience that could have ended.
God,
Gone
bad.
badly.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So okay, mine is also to do with animals. We were in South Africa I think I've told you guys this before. We were in South Africa in like 2010, 2011, and we went to a safari. And our game ranger was like, "Oh, I'm going to show you some rhinos today." So we drove, we saw some black rhinos. And
Oh yeah. You told me this story.
we're about 100 meters, 200, 150 meters away from these two black rhinos, and the driver like shuts the Jeep off, and it's 3 of us in the Jeep. So he shuts the Jeep off. He's like, "Whatever you
Okay,
guys
I can already tell where this is going.
yeah, whatever you guys do, just don't stand up because these animals see the Jeep as another animal. So if you stand up, it's gonna confuse it." And he told us before we left, the black rhinos are like naturally they're more aggressive than white rhinos.
Aggressive.
And then he proceeds to like completely not follow his own advice. He shuts the Jeep off firstly. And just to give like a little context, our car is like at the top of a hill. So it's at the top of the hill, and you can see it's quite a long drop. And
I'm imagining many possible outcomes for this.
I know.
This guy turns the Jeep off. He puts his hand like around the door. He starts banging on the door to try and get the rhinos' attention. The rhinos look at us, and first they do like mock charges, right? And it's like he's like, "Okay, don't worry, because mock charges are just a way for them to show their dominance or whatever." And then one of the rhinos goes away. The other rhino comes right at us, like he's full on charging our Jeep, and he's coming at us. I'm like, I'm 10 at this point, right? So I'm like, please, I'm very young. Please don't. I don't want to go out this way. And Then he's like, okay, I think we should probably go. And all this time, the rhino's charging at us. He tries to start the Jeep, doesn't start. He tries it twice. He tries it thrice. It's like the engine is stuttering. And then as the rhino's coming, finally the Jeep starts. But that was a very, very scary experience.
That feels like a very like TV show cartoon kind of
Exactly.
situation.
That's like right out of a movie.
I know.
I'm imagining an animated rhino with those like streak lines
and like the wind coming out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting there in the Jeep with that expression. It's like, huh?
I want to die.
That is literally word for word what I said.
God, bro.
10-year-old Sid was dramatic. I love it.
Yeah. No, I was actually big into drama then, so I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sid was reading too many comic books.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah. And like these animals are huge. It was like a tank running at you.
And as a 10-year-old, you must have been like, "What is this giant?"
Yeah. No, what is this giant?
It was like,
hopefully he knows what a rhino is.
No, I knew.
He's just like, Daddy, look, it's a giraffe. No, son, that's an elephant.
It's a big.
What do you think?
Where were you in South Africa?
We were in a place called Shamwari. It was near. It was like in between Cape Town and Johannesburg.
Oh, nice.
Got you.
I've never been to Africa. I want to go so
amazing.
Bad. It's a beautiful place.
And that should be our road trip.
Road trip.
And in that case, we can actually do it in the winter, and it'll be fine.
Yes.
That's facts. That is.
See what I did there?
That is smart. Okay, I'll propose a new plan to our group and hope I don't get the flack. Yeah, update on that, by the way, guys, if you're listening and you've seen our episode about the road trip. I presented it to all our friends, and the amount of flack I got, you don't even understand. So much flack back from them. They're like, why winter? Screw you, Tanmay. They're like, no, we're not doing a road trip now. We're gonna all go to Vancouver. I'm like, okay,
Vancouver?
Calm down. This is a plan. No, but you don't even know.
I'm not
it was
there.
a whole process.
Well, they told me. So they after like you guys had your dinner, your lunch or whatever, and they complained to you. I talked to them, and they're like, "Yeah, like we just don't do it in winter." I'm like, "What do you think me and Sid have been saying this entire time?"
What's the episode?
Hey, I'm just gonna put this out there. It wasn't just my fault. Now it's also Tara's fault. Tara and I both have the messed up schedules.
We should.
You and Tara go on your own. The rest of us.
Yeah. We should do a road trip part 2, like update episode.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why Vancouver? Why do they say Vancouver? Vancouver is great.
Vancouver is nice.
But why?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
It's so.
Ask Bianca. She'll host us.
In what? In our dorm? Okay, Tanmay. Sid and I both have animal-related injuries. What is yours?
Mine is very human-related. So this is when I was a lot younger. I'm in early elementary school. And it's not near death. It's just grave injuries. It's the only time I've had stitches. I've never broken a bone. But listen. So I was young and I was like playing with my mom's hair. I was combing it or whatever. And we're sitting in a bed in my grandparents' house. And then she leans back. It's an accident. She leans back and I fall off the bed. Now, unfortunately, back in my grandparents' house, you know how there's wall shoulders at the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
Like at the bottom of the walls where it like meets the floor, there's a little thing that's normally there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So the ones in my grandparents' house are made of stone, and they're not rounded like wooden ones are. They are sharp corners. So there's little blocks of stone.
Oh, I see where this is going.
I already know.
I don't like it.
I fall off the bed, and my head hits the corner of that wall shoulder. Yeah.
Oh.
No.
That results.
Did you get admitted into the hospital?
I did get admitted to the hospital.
I've never been admitted to a hospital.
Oh, okay.
Have you?
Yes,
Sid?
I haven't.
Yeah.
That was the only time. It was for one night, and then I came back. But it resulted in lots of blood. Yeah, my mom was like holding it down. My grandparents drove me to the hospital ASAP.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got stitches. That's the only time I ever got stitches. I can still I know where they are. Like I can right there. I can tell you the spot where it is.
Well, I mean, if it hit the wrong place, it would have been near death.
It would have been death.
Yeah, it would have been death.
Well, I'm still here. Something worked out, I guess. So
yeah. Maybe hit is what sparked your genius.
Actually, yeah. So, kids, if you want a 45 in IB, you know what to do now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, do not try this at home. Disclaimer.
I have a scar on my lip from when I was like 1 year, like less than 1 year old. My sister was like, I was on my sister's back, and no one was around, and she dropped me. She like dropped me, and I like my lip cracked open. There was blood everywhere, and I just blame all of my failures on that.
Smart.
You failed your test. It's Anissa's fault. She
dropped me.
This is what you do, Tanmay. You always blame anything that ever goes wrong in your life on that one time that you got hurt.
Smart.
Got hit in the head. It's not my fault.
Nava and Sid, I blame you on that one time I got bumped in the head.
Well, no, you can't blame
my life. Okay. Speaking of near-death experiences, today's Would You Rather question asks us how we would have our own near-death experience. So, would you rather, if your life depended on victory, have to run a 100-yard race against a 6th grader or against your own 11-year-old dog?
If your life depended on your victory.
So if you win, you live.
Yeah.
If you lose, you die. But the other person, when you win, would die because the other person lost.
Oh.
So would you rather do that race, a 100-yard race, against a 6th grader or against your own 11-year-old dog?
Depends. Is this like 6th grader really, really annoying?
You have one. Let's say it's you in 6th grade. How about that?
Oh no, me
it's
in
your
6th grade.
I didn't like myself in 6th grade. I'd run against myself in 6th grade.
No, I run against the
dog. Alva doesn't want to kill her own mini 6th graders now.
No, because like I was a sprinter in 6th grade. I don't need that in my life. I have things weighing me down now. Something called fat, y'all. Something called fat.
Oh my gosh.
So Tanmay, what about you? Because you were fast in 6th grade.
I was a sprinter. I remember a track and field day. I got first place in a 100-meter race. I was so happy that day.
Not so humble.
Young Woo, if you're listening, I'm sorry for stealing. I'm sorry for stealing it from you. I know you came second.
I love it. Tanmay will never brag about his grades, about his
but I was the fastest.
6th grade.
That wasn't even 6th grade. I think that was 3rd grade.
Young Woo, watch out.
Yeah. Better watch out.
3rd grade Tanmay's coming for you.
Coming for you.
I'd probably do the race against my own, this hurts, but 11-year-old dog. I feel like, he'd be happy to know that he gave me life as he was passing, or as
Wait, does the other person die?
Yeah, yes. That's why I didn't want to do it against the dog.
Life is dependent on victory.
That's why I don't want myself to die at 6th grade. that logically doesn't make sense because a 6th grade Nava died.
No, it's just it's a 6th grader. It's a 6th grader, and we decided that it was a 6th grader that was like.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, Nava is stuck in her time loops.
If it's
it doesn't make any sense.
If it's an annoying 6th grader, like those really like, I don't know.
I was having this conversation with Tara and Donnie the other day, and they're like, I just have more sympathy for animals when they die.
Exactly.
Like,
see?
No, that's not.
No.
They'd feel bad about all those wasps. No, don't kill the wasps.
Okay, not insects are different. I hate insects, but like, in movies and stuff, if like an animal dies, I'm like, oh no, why did you kill the animal? But then if it's a war movie and people are dying, I'm like, okay.
Oh my god! See, this is the problem. And you know what? Tara said the exact same thing, Sid. And I'm like, Tara, you want to be a doctor, and you're saying this right now.
Oh yeah, what happened to the Hippocratic Oath?
What are you talking about? No, literally, guys, that is. Okay, listen, I cry if an animal dies, but not over a human.
That 6th grader could be like the key to solving world problems. You don't know that.
That 6th grader
annoying could turn into genius.
Incredibly annoying. Oh, okay, Tanmay, I guess you are precedent for that.
Guys, this is a messed up scenario that makes no sense.
Yeah. Anyways, you guys should let us know in the comments what you think. What would you do? Would you rather race a 6th grader, or would you race an 11-year-old dog? Let us know in the comments.
And we hope all your results came out well.
Oh yeah.
And enjoy your break. We all deserve one.